Hi, my name is Albert. Today we're going to be making Chile Verde. It's my grandmother's recipe with a twist. So let's get started. So this is the ingredients for my grandma's Chile Verde. We have tomatillos, onion, jalapeno. I like adding fresh oregano, garlic, yellow peppers, Anaheim peppers, bell pepper, and cilantro. And we're using an organic pork butt that will be cut into bite-sized pieces. Okay, this is how I get started. We roast our peppers. This is flat iron, we call it a comal in Spanish. And we put our peppers on once it's pretty hot. Now by roasting them, we're going to blacken the skin. And then we're going to put it on a plate and cover it with a paper towel. That'll make them sweat and the skin will come off very easy. And it gives a nice roasted flavor. While my peppers are roasting, I start boiling my water for my tomatillos. We want to peel them and rinse them really well. They tend to have a sticky film on them with the skin on them. So once they're nice and clean and you can feel that they're not sticky any longer, we drop them in the pot. What will happen to them, this bright green will turn dull. Once you see the entire pot and every one of them has turned that pale green, then they're actually ready to be put into the blender with our roasted peppers. Here you can see where they're turning color, where that bright green is turning into more of a dull green. When the entire tomatillos turn to that color, then it's ready. Don't throw your water away, because you'll be using that as a stock for your Chile Verde. When they're all blistered and brown, then they're ready to go. As you notice, the skin is starting to separate, and that's what we want. You hear a lot of popping, and the fragrance, that aroma is to die for. That's what reminded me of my grandmother's house. When this was being done, I knew the food was going to be wonderful. Peppers are good to go. We're going to get them off the comal, and we are going to let them sweat with a damp paper towel on top. It makes it that much easier to peel them. 5 minutes will do. And you will actually see the steam come off the paper towel. Then you know that the skin is separating from the meat of the pepper. There you go. These are ready to go as well. We're going to get them off of here, off the flame, and we are going to put them in a blender. Okay, so I've chopped up the meat into nice bite-sized pieces. Now you do trim some of the fat off, but you need to keep some of the fat. That gives the meat flavor. So what I'm going to do is, what I do first is I brown it. And when it's halfway brown, then I add an onion and a bell pepper and about 2 cloves of garlic. So you don't want your garlic and your onions and your bell pepper to burn. So I don't add it right away. Let it cook for a little while. Once you see your meat is starting to brown, add a couple pinches of salt, your onion and your bell pepper. We're using about 4 pounds of meat, so it's about 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, medium size, and 4 garlic cloves. Keep an eye on it. Make sure it browns evenly, and none of your veggies burn. And you don't have to worry about having it cook all the way through, because it's going to be added to the tomatillos and pepper, the liquid, and it'll finish cooking in there. Now I've already boiled my tomatillos. I have them in the blender. What I add to them, it's probably a palm full of cilantro, fresh. And what I add, that my grandma did, I add fresh oregano that I grow. There's a couple other ingredients that she didn't use. She didn't use Anaheim peppers. She didn't use bell peppers. but they give it more of a sweeter taste as far as I'm concerned. It's more hearty, more stew-like, so that's why I add it. We're going to peel the peppers. Now, this is how they should come out. I use 2 Anaheim, 2 yellow peppers, and 2 jalapeno. It's quite easy once you've toasted them, and the skin just basically comes off because you've made them sweat with that paper towel. So you just pinch off the top, throw them in the blender, add a pinch of salt. There you go. And don't be afraid that if some of these black little specks of skin get in there, it actually adds a little color to it. It doesn't look bad at all. And there you go. Peels right off. It seems like a long process, but basically, once it comes off really nice and easy. Didn't throw away the water that you boiled the tomatillos in. You will add this to it when this mixture is added to the meat. Okay, so now we have our meat done. It's nice and brown with your bell pepper, onion, garlic, salt to taste. You add your pepper mix with your tomatillos. It's looking good. So, once it starts to boil a little bit like this, then I slowly pour in the water. I probably use maybe a cup, cup and a half. Not too much. You don't want it too soupy, but just enough. You have enough sauce. You'll cover it up. You just let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour. This is just about done. And this is what I like. I enjoy the little specks of green and the pieces of bell pepper, little chunks, speckles. To me, that just looks so good. It's a combination of the pork and the tomatillos. Either they're not overbearing each other, it's just a combination. It is just wonderful. And I have to thank my grandma for that. And I think you'll enjoy it.
Like my grandma used to say, little seasoning, a lot of love, you can't go wrong. Till next time.